Peace, Netter Gang. How's everybody doing? I come here to give a gentle reminder that we should be consuming the least amount of plastic at this time. As we all know, plastic is not good for the planet. It's not good for our bodies. It's not good for the environment. So what I actually did to challenge myself was I went to the supermarket and I tried to buy as many things as I could that didn't have plastic. And of course, it's really difficult to do this because most things have plastic. But what I found to be very helpful was using the reusable bags that they have. There's some stores that have reusable fruit bags where you can put different types of produce in it and you don't have to use the little plastic baggies that the supermarket gives you. And I find that those help when you are trying not to use as much plastic. So I don't want to put too much pressure on people because I know how difficult it is to maintain on this planet just to do certain things. So I'm not, putting pressure on anybody, but I just feel the need to say that we should be consuming the least amount of plastic possible. And when you go and buy things, just be mindful of the material that you're using and where it's going when you're finished. I know there's a lot of places that do, what is it called? I think what's the name for it? It's like when, kind of like a thrift store, when you don't want your clothes, you just give it to them. And sometimes you can exchange it for money, but sometimes, you just give it away. And it's a way for them to, recycle the clothes. And I know this is messages. I was kind of like apprehensive about putting this message out there because I know it's redundant. I know that, we've been hearing this since we were children, but I feel like we need to reiterate it again, or we need to keep saying it over and over again until we get it drilled in our heads. Because sometimes even I forget when I'm going shopping to not buy as many plastics. I just think it's important to just not consume as much right now, or just be mindful of what you're consuming. These things we buy online and, the plastic, containers that they're giving us and things like that. I just think we need to be mindful of them. You can even reuse the plastic containers for something else if you want to. Of course, there's recycling. I just, again, I'm not telling people to go crazy with it, but just, be mindful of your consumption. Be mindful of course, what you're eating, but, where your garbage is going. I know that being vegan definitely helps. Because you're not eating, well, at least for me, I don't eat as many processed foods. So I don't have as much garbage, and sometimes the garbage I do have is just cardboard or paper. So it's, not as, it's biodegradable, meaning that the planet can digest it. So I just felt like it was important to talk about that because we really should be stewards to the planet. We really should be taking care of the planet. We should not be littering. We should not be, polluting the earth more than it already is. So I just thought I would give a gentle reminder. Again, I don't want to preach to anyone, but it's just important to do less consuming, or I would say more mindful consuming, just being mindful of how much we're using and what we're using and how it's affecting the planet, because we don't realize that a lot of things that we do have a domino effect. The things that we do affects the planet. So we must be mindful of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just be mindful of your consumption. Sometimes less is more. Peace, Netter Gang.